Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. The price has really hardly moved since yesterday, but it is moving further and closer here towards this orange support area. No need really to get there, but it would be ideal. Yeah, it would be another nice 1-2 setup of the C wave to the upside. Before we dive deeper into this, let's just zoom out and take a look at this boring price action that we can currently see here on the Natgas chart. Primary scenario is still that we deal here with a wave 4 in which we are currently moving, a corrective wave structure, often called a sideways correction. And to be honest, this can develop in various ways. I mean, this could not, I'm currently counting that as an ABC structure, A, B, and the C wave to the upside. Ideally higher to at least 315, better 391. Those would be key targets before we make one more low. That's sort of what I currently observe as a primary scenario. In the alternative wave count, the overall bear market low was already in here, but I have not sufficient evidence because this is overlapping and corrective price action. And it would really take a lot, it would need a lot to convince me that a lasting low is already in place, as opposed to just a local low. And this is just a, let's call it corrective rally before we make another low. But again, it's the alternative wave count. Alternative just means it's the second most likely one. Doesn't mean it's unlikely. That's often a misunderstanding. The alternative count is, of course, not an unlikely wave count. It is the second most likely one. Or the unlikely ones have already been discounted, taken out, aren't even presented here. That's the work that an analyst is doing. We're condensing down and boiling down basically the pure, well, infinity of potentials of this chart and possibilities into just a couple of potentials and high likelihood scenarios. And as I said, the primary scenario is we're moving up in an ABC structure in a wave 4, will make another low. And the alternative wave count indicates that a low has already been established. What we're dealing here with is then not an ending diagonal in a C wave, but actually a leading diagonal, which could also move up in 5 waves. So what I will do after we have these 5 waves up, which I currently count as a C wave of a wave 4, I will give you also a bullish support area, basically a pullback area. If price gets into this region in only 3 waves and we are forming a local low here, then this could be the jump off point, the launch pad for a major rally to the upside. We don't want to miss that, so I will add it in here and will also highlight the likelihood, I think, for this to work out. But first of all, we need to establish the 5 wave move up first. Okay, so the idea is we are moving in a C wave, again unchanged from previous videos, extremely boring. What could also be the case, instead of being an ABC structure in a wave 4, it could be a triangle wave 4, but I don't have enough waves for that. A triangle is a 5 wave move, wave A, B, yeah, C, probably D wave would still be in the making, and then an E wave. Then we have 5 waves, basically a sideways correction. But again, also I haven't got sufficient evidence for it, but I just want to highlight it, that this could form a triangle count, which would also make another low. So it would just not really make a difference to the analysis. It would just be far less aggressive to the upside. It would rather be sideways. But because we have this upward sloping channel, it looks more like an ending diagonal, which should eventually go a little higher. In this ending diagonal, we recently had a trend reversal area which worked out, generated potentially a profitable trade, but not a high confidence setup, therefore highlighted in orange. And now we've got the next potential setup, a small 1-2 setup in this 3rd wave of the 5 wave move, yeah, of the C wave. So the idea was that maybe this is a small impulse on a lower degree, and we're now coming back in a small wave 2. I haven't got any clear evidence that price has bottomed, so expectations would be to reach the area between 263 and 255. Not needed. This is only support. It's not necessarily a target. We're dealing here with a really, really lower degree wave count. So it just means that below 255, and internet is a bit slow now, but what I want to emphasize here is that below 255, which is the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement, this 1-2 setup is likely going to fail. Yeah, that is the relevant support level here. And if anybody is going long here, personally, I would calculate my position size based on the 255 level, or maybe even a little lower, to set the stop loss. Yeah, maybe not too tight. But yeah, below 255, I have to assume that this larger box becomes relevant again, and that we are still in this, B wave correction, which at the moment I'm counting as finished. But if we come down to low, I would have to assume we are still in the B wave, and we just created a more complex corrective structure here. But yeah, there is not much more to add. Scenario basically unchanged. All eyes now need to be on 255. If that low is holding, then we could go higher in this C wave, maybe this or next week. Okay, that's my update about Natgas. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.